Mr. Reed, how do you feel about trying to repeal the health care bill?
I stand for the repeal of Obamacare. I think it's gone into an area that is well beyond any scope that the federal government should be going into. The other thing, they've ended the discussion because they've adopted Obamacare. They haven't done really what needs to be done. The real issue in healthcare is the healthcare cost. The insurance mandate under Obamacare doesn't address that problem. I'm a firm and ardent supporter of tort reform. That will go a long way. It's not going to solve the problem, but I believe that needs to be implemented because then you're going to get the secondary indirect benefit of cutting down defensive medicine. All the doctors that are ordering tests just to CYA themselves because of the frivolous lawsuits that they're looking at, it's a step in the right direction. And they took that right off the table. They didn't even talk about that through the debate, and they ended up with an insurance mandate. You know, we need to talk about things that are going to, right now the federal government with Medicaid and Medicare is about, I think, 1/6, or it's like 60%, some ungodly number, you know, Joe? Of the purchasing power.
Healthcare is 1/6 of the economy. The purchasing power is astronomical.
Yeah, it's a high percentage, and bear with me, but it's a high percentage. And with Medicare and Medicaid, the federal government has its purchasing power in that transaction that is not being implemented. And what we should be looking at is implementing new ways to deliver the services, such as get away from a per-service-based billing system, where, you know, when you go to the doctor, and I think we've all seen our explanation of benefits from our insurance companies, there is a charge for this, and this. And the bottom line is that it encourages people to submit more and more services to get money back, as opposed to, I go for a sore throat, here's a number, and this is what I get paid. And I think the Cleveland Clinic has done some things along those lines. Maybe we should do that at the federal level and really try to drive the cost down. You know, the waste, abuse, and the things that Tom is talking about in Medicaid, Salient Corporation is using that software, and it works brilliantly. And that's what we need to be doing, is implementing things like that, the technology, to draw those costs down because it's completely out of control.
Tom O'Brien, what can or will you do to prevent the judicial branch from making new laws for the bench?
What can I do? The state legislature is not involved in the judicial appointments of judges. What we can do is work to rectify and clarify laws and statutes when the bench takes it into their own hands to make a determination of what they thought we intended when we passed a law. Now, every law that gets passed through certainly isn't crystal clear. You know, the record may not be sufficient enough to look to see what the true intention was, and that being set up, and courts can take that interpretation, and some of them take it to extremes in applying these things. One example is the courts have been taking where benefits have been granted to same-sex couples in other areas of the law, and for like significant other status and getting benefits or things of that type. Courts have used those types of things to interpret that same-sex marriage should be legal, and that's going a step further than that's where we find some of these interpretations in the courts we have now. We need to clarify these, that if those benefits are provided in that way, that nowhere is intended to be an authorization of same-sex marriage, and that those benefits should be approved. But all we can do at the legislative level is clarify the statutes, and if the courts go one way with them, we should make legislative changes to make it clear what our intent was. So, you know, there's a separation of powers, and we can only get, there's nothing we can do directly to the judges.
You're going to slap their hand or anything?
No.